Hey folks, Saksham this side from AceIPM. Indore has finally put out its admission procedure for the IPM batch 2023 to 28. In this video, we are going to have a quick run through of the same. So without any further ado, let's begin. So if you open this over here, a PDF like this will appear and I've already highlighted all the important pointers. First important pointer being that the registration for this examination will start on Monday, March 6, 2023 and it will go on till Friday, April 14, 2023. Exam as mentioned, as notified earlier, will be conducted on June 16th, Friday, and the shift is going to be 2 to 4 p.m. Number of seats remain unchanged at 150 seats, which was also the case last year. In terms of your eligibility, you need to be born on or after August 1, 2003. There's a 5-year relaxation for SC, ST and PWD candidates. In terms of qualifying exam, you need to pass your class 10th and 12th exam. You need not have minimum 60% requirement over here, which was the case last year. You just need to pass your class 10th and 12th has to be done in the year 2021, 2022 or 2023. If you compare it with last year's admission procedure, as you can see, you need to have a 60% in your class 10th for certain years, but that has been scraped off as of now. In terms of how do you calculate your 10th and 12th percentage, in the case of IIM Rohtak, it was a best of 5. In the case of IIM Indore, it is going to be an aggregate of all the subjects that appear in your board examination mark sheet, irrespective of your respective board's regulation. So that being said, if you have 6 subjects in your 12th, you need to calculate the aggregate basis of those 6. If you had 8, that has to be an aggregate of 8. Nothing like a best 4 or best 5, no matter if you're coming from CBSE, ICSE, IB or whatever board you were a part of. In terms of the paper pattern, I suppose it remains unchanged. You have 40 minutes for each section, so the standard time duration which is followed last year as well. And just like last year, just like every year, Indore does not really mention the number of questions that are going to come in the examination. That remains like a bit of a surprise. So it is also possible that this year they may or may not change the number of questions, but at least in terms of the time, it remains the same. Last year also they mentioned that the sections will come in a pre-specified order. That was the case last year. This will be the case this year as well. And the same order was mentioned over here in the 2022 admission notification as well. However, when the exam came, it was the first section being QA-essay, second being QA-MCQ, and third being VA-MCQ. And that has been a pattern which has been followed for the last many years. So I anticipate it not to be changed this year, but we never know about it. In terms of your computation of ATS, the weightage given to each section remains the same, 25% each to both the quant section, 50% to verbal. And in terms of your eligibility or like selection criteria, that also remains unchanged, with 65% weightage coming to your entrance, 35% coming in from your interview. That's how your 100% weightage is going to be calculated. There's no past academic weightage explicitly as such, so they don't care about your 10th and 12th marks. However, of course, when you're sitting in the interview, it may have an indirect impact in terms of how you perform in the interview. So that is where past academics come into play in the case of IIM Indore. But in terms of any explicit percentage, that is not there. And as I mentioned earlier, the number of seats remain the same, unchanged at 150 seats for domestic applicants, about 5-6 seats for international applicants. And I think that's about it in terms of this notification. We'll have a form filling video come up soon, as in when it goes live on 6th of March. But until then, keep practicing, keep preparing for your boards as well as your entrances. All the very best, stay safe, take care, and thank you.